America with Jamerica Life. So I did it again. I have this little incubator here, right? And I decided I wanted some more, not barred rocks, but I wanted some more, oh gosh, I can't even remember what they are. Some more birds. That's what I'm gonna say right now. Well, apparently I misunderstood what the color of the eggs was because I thought I got only cochins. This yellow one right here, that is not a cochin. Hopefully this is a cochin. I thought I separated the eggs, but apparently I didn't. So here's what we have going on. I'm gonna bring you down so that you can see, and maybe we'll see an egg hatch. Let me pull this out a little bit. Maybe we'll see an egg hatch soon. Soon. Bring it closer. I'm trying to get you as close as possible. I want you to see as much as possible with this thing. Because this is, I find it fascinating. There's 3 of them in there now, and there's some pipping. So if I can find a pipping one, I will focus in on that. But I'm gonna leave this on for a little while so that you can see the chicks running around. There are 3, as I said right now, and there are 2, I believe, that are pipping. These guys keep on moving around. I'm going to leave them in the incubator for at least 24 hours. They have to dry off. I have water right here. I do the dry hatch method, but when they start pipping, I want to give them some moisture so you're going to see condensation around the incubator. But they're doing well. There's 3 so far, so enjoy. You can pop in and out. I'm going to leave this on for at least an hour or 2 so that you can see, and I will sporadically come through and talk about what's going on. Let me turn this thing around. They got all the eggs piled up in the back. So I'm gonna turn this around to where all the eggs are. How about that? How about that, Mr. Jamerica? Now I gotta get all of this. Now, if you buy this thing, remember that when you're incubating, leave the styrofoam on top, because if you don't, it won't get warm enough. You want it at least around 99 or 100 degrees. So I'm gonna turn this styrofoam around. That's a lot. That's one thing that the people who make this incubator don't tell you. Leave the styrofoam on the bottom and the top as you're incubating. And there is a space on the bottom for you to put the water, so you get water in there. So I'm pulling this around to where you can see some of the eggs. There's one right here. This one right here and right here. These 2. Well, there actually is 3 pipping, but this one, these 2 right here, they're both pipping. So hopefully you get to see something really soon. I'll be right back. Turn it around. Don't mind me, I'm just doing the dishes, but they should be out soon. That one and that one. Hi, G Mama. This is just a live for hatching chicks. Chicks they're coming out of their shell. I'm waiting for 1 or 2 of them to show up. I got a bunch from pipping. Well, I got 1, 2, I got a spider right here. 3 that are pipping. So I've had these chicks in here for about 21 days. This morning I heard a chirp, so 1 of them came out. Now I have 3. I have a total of 12 eggs in here. I'm pretty sure they're all fertilized because I checked them on day 18, and that I used the flashlight to see if there was any Hi, G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden. I checked with a flashlight to make sure there was some activity, like, vein structure, and you'll see the egg just go dark, really dark. So that's a surefire sign that they were all fertilized. I have quite a bit of roosters in there, so I don't think that any of the hens were not, were not impregnated with some kind of rooster. So who is this? Quality Gardening. How are you doing? I'm hatching chicks today in my kitchen. Miss Shannon is here. Oh, Miss Sharon is here. I'm sorry, I could barely see it. Hello, Miss Sharon. How are you doing? This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. We are hatching chicks today. So a lot of people don't know why, why you would keep roosters. You keep roosters because without a rooster, first of all, the hen will lay eggs no matter what. But in order to have a fertilized egg, you have to have a male, and the male is the rooster. So I have about, unbeknownst to me, I have roosters popping up all over the place. Normally when you hatch birds, it's a 50-50, half male, half female. So I'm going to hold on to my males for a little while. Well, actually until I sell them or, do something else with them. I'm not going to say. But the males, I have to actually chase them away from the females because I don't want them to get overbred. But this is the results. You can develop your own flock in a short period of time. I have given birds away. I've given birds away. I actually culled one of the roosters. And that's probably what's going to happen to the rest of the roosters because some of them, there's one, look at that. Oh man, that one is getting ready to come out. So yeah, actually I had to do something with one of the roosters because he was super aggressive and super noisy. But I wanted more cochins. So I hope. I saw the cochins laying these brown eggs, but obviously the white birds are also laying brown eggs because I have a white. Well, they're yellow when they first come out. She'll come out in a minute. They're yellow when they first come out, but those are the white birds, the little yellow birds you see, on the shows and everything. Looks like one's hatching. Yeah, there's three or four of them that's cracked. That one, I can't see from your view. That one. They're all pipping, and pipping means that they're breaking out of their shell. So I wish I had another incubator to get these guys who are moving around out of here and put them in a warm place, another incubator, but I don't have one. I ordered another one, the same one. This incubator is called Smart Incubator. It's under $40. I just ordered another one. I think it was $36. It has a 20% off thing on. I got it from Amazon. But it had bad reviews, and that's because the whoever is selling this does not tell everybody to leave the styrofoam on. When you're incubating your eggs, you leave the styrofoam on the bottom and the top so that this thing can come up to temperature until they start showing up, and then I move at least the top piece, because this granite is cold, so you don't want your incubator to touch the bottom. You don't want your incubator to touch the bottom of your countertop, because your countertop is cold and it'll bring down the temperature on the bottom of the incubator. So always keep the styrofoam on. And last time I incubated eggs, I got 10 out of 12. So it works better. There was a time where I was putting the styrofoam on and then I was throwing a towel on the top of it. You don't need that. All you need to do is incubate it with the styrofoam. And this water bottle, because this is where the humidity comes from, there's a water bottle here. Move it over and move you back. There's a water bottle here, and under the styrofoam, it gives you room to run the water bottle. But the maker does not tell you anything. So you have to figure it out on your own. And a lot of people on the who have bought this thing never figured it out. So it's got bad reviews, and it's not a bad incubator, and it's not expensive. So instead of spending, oh, this one is about to do it. Instead of spending $6 per chick or more, I just go ahead and incubate the ones that I like. And there's another one over here. I want more cochins, so I'm not paying for them. If I can hatch them myself, I'm not gonna pay for them. So hopefully I have the coachings. I think these little brown ones running around here, I think they're coaching. I definitely have some white ones in here though, some imposters. That's all right. That is all right. This one, man. Yeah, this one. And as they pip, I just quickly open this thing out and take the empty shell out so that they'll have more room to run around, because once they get out of the shell, it becomes super crowded in here. Although it messes with the humidity level, although it messes with the humidity level, I want them to have enough room to walk around. I don't want them to be crawling over shells. They're already crawling over the eggs that are pipping, much less the shells, because these little jokers are moving around. So I'm gonna stop talking, and you all, as I said, you all can. I'll be monitoring the questions that people have, and I'll try to answer them. But yes, they're hiding from me. They keep on going to the back, which is good, because then they won't step on the ones that are pipping. Because that one is on its way. That one for sure. And there's one over here also. Yep, there's one over here. Let me turn the camera around to show you. Y'all don't mind my dishes. I didn't do my dishes yet, but I'm doing the best I can, guys. All right, I'm gonna turn it around so that y'all can get a better look. How long? Oh gosh, I missed you. Just a minute. I'm gonna get my iPad so I can answer you, G Mama. I saw your question. Just a moment. How long does it take? Okay, I see your question, G-Mom. It says, how long does it take before you can tell what breeds you have? Some people can tell within days, and they say that a female's wing structure and a male's wing structure looks different, but I've made mistakes and had males show up that I thought were female, so I'm not good at it. But there are videos out there who shows that the feathers of a female has 2 rows and a male only has 1. But it has not worked for me. You see that little yellow one? That imposter? That is not the one that I wanted. But I'll take it. I'll take it, because the white birds, they produce eggs every day. Now, the cochins, they're really pretty. They're really pretty, but they don't lay eggs as much. So I wanted beauty this time, but I'm gonna get. Oh, that one is moving. That one's getting ready to do it. I know it is. That one right there is getting ready to do it. Look at him moving. Look, he's moving on his own. So let me see if I could turn this around so y'all can see it. They pip their way out. I have had times where I tried to assist a chick from coming out of the shell. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let them come out on their own. If it takes them, it looks like they're pipping and it's taking them forever, then after about 24 hours, then I'll try to help them. But when they're pipping like this, just leave it alone and let nature, them work their way out, because they will. They will, most likely. And if they don't, you don't want a sickly bird. So let nature take its course. Let nature take its course, because they just like a baby is going to be born. They find their way out of the shell, and the ones that are outside, are like enticing the other ones to come out. Let me see. Let's see. Did I miss anybody's question? Let me go up. So let me say hello to everybody. Miss Sharon, how are you doing? Sama Lorray, I hope I said your name right. Thank you for your consistency. I've learned so much watching from you. You are a great teacher. Thank you. G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden. How are you doing? Miss Sharon, hello again. Did you have a question? No. Quietly Gardening. Hello, how are you doing? Let me see. Yeah, Miss G Mama Grows. Three of them are hatching. Yep, the eggs are moving. Yeah, because they're coming out. And they just kick their way out after a while, like they're fighting. It's funny. Um, Y'all have to excuse me if you see my clothes is a little bit muddy. I was out in the yard today. Let's see. That's good information. G Mama Hope Grows Hard in the Garden. That's good information. Jamaica, I've heard that about styrofoam. Yeah, it's a good insulator. It's a good insulator. You just put, and it comes shipped like that. But the maker doesn't tell you. You know, most people throw this out. Do not throw it out. If you buy this smart incubator, don't throw it out. Use it to incubate your eggs and encase this thing. It's an insulator and it brings up the temperature. My temperature just dropped down to 99 from 100. So that is 1 degree different. So it'll be fine. They're pipping right now, so I'm not too worried about it. Looks like a neat setup. Yeah, it's really small. I have it on the kitchen counter right here next to my, because I wanted to hear them. I put it in a place where right next to my kitchen sink. I wanted to hear them. And this morning I heard tweet, 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 tweet. Sure enough, which one was out? That yellow one, the one that the imposter, that one was out. That one was out. And they just, I mean, I wish that they would stay still so that the other eggs could hatch in peace. But, you know, I guess if they were being hatched by their chicken mama, they would be, you know, they would be all on top of each other. So there's that. Let me see. How long does it take before you can tell the breed? What breed you have? It's going to take me about, I say 2 weeks, but I can tell because I only have so many chickens out there. I had Mr. Bardrock, who is very, you know, he's very busy. And the feathers that they have on right now does not necessarily mean that's going to be the feathers that they have when they grow up. I told you that yellow one, that's going to turn white. All of these feathers are chick feathers. Just like we have baby hair, so do chickens. Chickens have baby feathers. And after about 5 weeks, they feather out to what they're really going to look like. Then you know what you have. But, you know, I know what I have. I have Cochins in there. I have Bardrocks in there. I have backyard hens, which are the white birds. Then I have one black astrolabe, which is, I call her Cruella. And what else do I have out there? I have Silkies out there, but I doubt if I get any Silkies because I have 2 male Silkies out there. And none of the chickens want anything to do with their little butts. As a matter of fact, the chickens beat up the Silkies. You know, the Silkies are trying to mate like every other rooster is. And those chickens, man, those chickens treat them bad. They're the bottom of the pecking order. The only chickens that they might be able to, you know, mess with are when they're little. Like when they're chicks, but after they grow up, them chickens don't want nothing to do with it. They want Bardrock and them other 2 mean roosters, 4 mean roosters I have in there. I have to get rid of them because I definitely don't want any chicks from some of them. Woo. There's one that looks real. I bought some eggs from this lady, and and when they hatched, I was like, what kind of Frankenstein chicken are you? They look so bad. I thought that my mix was bad. Oh no, my chicks look good. My chickens look good compared to that. Because I mixed the Bardrocks with the Rhode Island Reds, and the Rhode Island Red eggs, I think I have 1 Rhode Island Red egg in there. They look like this. They're dark brown. See that dark brown egg right there? That's probably a Rhode Island Red. So they're probably half Rhode Island Red, half Bardrock, which is fine. And they look a little weird, but not like hers. Hers, I should have known. She had all kind of chickens in her pen. She had all kind, and she sold six. I just wanted one Polish eggs, and if you're this one is moving, and if you're if you're a person who has chickens, oh yeah, it's moving. If you're a person who has chickens, you start to notice who lays what color eggs, so you can identify them. So I wanted one Polish hen, right? And man, she says, well, I can sell you some eggs $1 a piece. I said, I want Polish. She says, well, I think I only have one Polish hen, but I sell them, at least a half a dozen. You have to buy half a dozen. So I was like, okay, can I have, if you're going to sell me half dozen, can you throw some silkies in there? So she went in her house and I waited outside with the chickens. And then, she comes out with 6 eggs. She said, well, I only had one silky and one Polish. So I said, okay. So I'm trying to turn around so you can see this one egg, because I know this one's coming out. So she she comes outside with her six eggs, right? And man, when them things hatch, I was like, what have I done? I got my Polish. I got my one Polish, and it's a male. And it's black. It's pretty too. And my silky, it hatched, but it passed away. It wasn't a strong. I mean, they were walking over it, and you could tell that when a chick is weak, it's not gonna make it. It didn't make it. It didn't make it. I took it out after I took it out of the incubator. It looked weak, and animals know what birds or what other animals are weak. And they just walk on them and do all kind of craziness on them. So he didn't make it, or she didn't make it. So, I had to just I buried it respectfully. But yeah, it was my one silky egg that it didn't make it. Anyway, that's the circle of life. Is there an egg pippin? And this bird is she moving it, or is the bird moving on his own? Let's look at what they do. Look at what they do. Please let this be my coaching. I know my nails are dirty right now. Please forgive me, guys. Yeah, I know that there it is. Come on, you can do it. This little one right here ain't giving it a break. Ain't letting it be great. Oh man, I'm trying to get you closer. I could only get down so far, so sorry guys. That's the one I want you to look at. And then there's another one over here. There's a whole bunch of them doing their thing, So you see that it goes back up to 100. It goes up and down. As long as it stays above 99 or at 99 or above, I'm not going to really complain about it. But I need it to stay. I need to stay that way. So this one is pipped around, and that one is pipping. It's going to be one of the ones that I'm not looking at, because I got 3 out of 12 that have come out. And they'll pip for a while, and they'll take a break in their egg, and then they'll pip again. And these things, the ones that have already come out, I thought they were passing away on me the first time I did that. I was like, oh no, right? But they'll run around for a little while, and then they'll go back to sleep, just like a baby. A baby will, cry for a little bit, and then they'll go back to sleep. See that? Moving. It's moving. It's trying to come out. It's trying. Let me see if I have any more questions. Let's see. So, G Mama, if you want one particular breed of birds, and you want to know what you have to either isolate the breeds or just get one. Some people only have one type of chicken. I don't. I started off, I didn't, I have different birds for different reasons. So the Rhode Island Reds, they lay eggs every day. And those little backyard white hens, they lay eggs every day. So the Cochins do not lay eggs every day. What else do I have out there? The barred rocks do not lay eggs every day. And when you, if you buy eggs from Tractor Supply or from any breeder or any hatchery, they have a list of what birds will lay what some breeds of chickens lay more than others. Now if you buy a the cheapest birds to buy are I don't know what they call them. They call them they're not laying hens. They're hens that meat birds. And they are so ugly. They hardly have any feathers. Oh my God. They're $1 each. They don't cost very much. We have a place called Callahan's in Austin, and they sell them like, like $1 each. I'm sure they were less years ago, but they're $1 each at the store. And that's what they are, meat birds. I'm sure they don't lay a lot. But even if you have that type of bird, I would go ahead and start hatching my own so that you don't have to buy meat birds anymore. It just makes sense. What I watch a lot of people on a lot of people who have birds on YouTube, and they're always buying from the hatchery, and I'm like, but if you had, first of all you do is throw the eggs in here. This is a small incubator compared to some of the incubators that that others have. And they don't cost that much, and they go and they buy from the hatchery. I guess they buy by the hundreds, and I looked at some of the prices. They're not cheap, depending on what you get. I'm not going, I'm not going to spend that money if I can do it on my own. How do you know which eggs are fertile to put them in there? So initially, this is from Miss Sharon. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go further. Miss Sharon, I have to go further up, but I'm gonna answer this question first. So after about on day 15 or 18, I take a flashlight and I put the flashlight under the egg, right? So let me show you on one of these eggs. Or I take my iPhone and I put it under the egg. I'm gonna go and get an iPhone just a moment. I don't have this iPhone got any juice in it. I don't even know which way is up. Which way is up? Come on now. Do you have any juice? Or did I burn you? I burned it up. So you would take your iPhone camera, right? And your camera, your iPhone, right? And you take the egg and you set it on top of the light. Turn all your lights off. And if this egg, first of all, if sometimes you'll see veins in the egg because the light permeates through the shell. Like, how can I say it? It's like an X-ray, I guess, but it's light. So the light goes through the shell, and you could pretty much see in there. Just like you can see some people's vein on their skin, you can see through this shell if you take a concentrated light. And I put it on the shell, right? And if I see veins that go through the shell, I know that the egg is fertile. And if this thing is dark, with the exception of that little air pocket that's on the top, I know that it's fertile. Because their bodies will be darker than than anything else. So the shell will just turn almost completely dark. I won't be able to see through it. If it's not fertile, well, you're gonna see something floating around, and it's gonna look like a rotten egg. You're gonna know. And if you don't know, you can just leave it in there. Just hope that it doesn't break in there, because it'll contaminate the rest of your eggs. I've never had a unfertile egg explode, but I hear it's terrible. I have had eggs that weren't fertile that I kept in the incubator when I first started, and I just left them in there and they were fine. All the chicks that hatched, and the ones that didn't, well, here it comes. This one right here. So all the chicks that hatched. Let me see if there are any more. And the ones that didn't, were unfertile. I'm trying to get him out of the way so this thing could come out. And the ones that didn't, they didn't hatch. And I found out that they were rotten eggs. I took them to the backyard and fed the rotten egg. Here it comes right here. Oh man, let me turn this thing around. All right, here we go. Here we go. Trying to give you my view. I have to hold this camera. Come on now, you can do it. They're almost there. Pipping means that they take their little, yes, we got action. We got a couple of them, but this one is the closest one. Look at that. What, you trying to steal the show, huh? You trying to steal the show? You stay out of the frame. You stay where you are. Come on now. Come on, chick. Come on. This is the most exciting. This is another white one. I don't know what it is until it comes out. It looks like another white one, another imposter, but I could see it. I mean, it's just going to kick its way out after a while. Watch. The circle of life. Come on now. Not you. I'm happy you're here, but we want to see this one come out. I know it's a little bit blurry, but there it is. Look at this. See, he won't let its sister be great, or yeah, she won't let her sister be great. They just bounce out. They just kick their way out after a while. I have a question unrelated to chicken eggs, if that's okay. Okay. What's the question? It's about my poor tomato seedlings. Go ahead. Go ahead. There it is. There it is. Ha ha. Look at this. Look at this. You know, some birds are just jealous. There it is. Yep. And look. Really? Get your little butt away from there. Already bullying. Already a bully. Bully from the start. Yeah, take your little butt away. Away. Move out. That's right. Go to sleep or do something, but don't do that. Come on. Maybe I should have let it peck it, because now it gave up. It was like, whoo, that was a hard struggle right there. That was hard. There it is. Another yellow one. Well, these are white birds. That's a white bird. I'm not upset though. You know why? They hatched. They're viable, and female, the white birds, they lay eggs every day. Every day. Wake up, baby. See, and then when I first started doing this, I thought that they didn't make it. Like when they go to sleep like that, I was like, oh no, it died on me. And it didn't. It didn't. So they have a little pocket on the bottom of their bottom, like an umbilical cord, and they'll, after they kick their way out of the egg, 'cause that's what she gonna do, she'll separate from the sac. It's like the umbilical cord. It'll just fall off with the egg. The thing is, when these things come out of their egg, when you open this incubator, it's gonna smell bad. I have water in here. That's why you see condensation around. But shoot, it doesn't smell good in there. I'm like, man, and I have to leave that. That's why I wanted to take them out before 24 hours. But if you take them out before they dry, they get sick, and they don't do well. You'll lose some birds. Just leave them in there for 24 hours. There's moisture in there because you see condensation there, so it's moist in there. Let them dry off. And they get all fluffy and pretty after a while. You see how she looks right now? She's like, what is going on? Why? Why is this woman with this thing looking at me? All of them are looking at me right now. Would you like to wake up to being filmed? It's already scary enough, but that's curiosity. And that shell was getting too tight for these birds, so they had to get out. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna smell bad in there. You look in there, see that? There's a little bit of yolk in there. She's completely separated from there now. I'm trying to get away. Now it looks like they're dying. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, that's how just like babies, they move around and then they stop. It's just that they're tired, first of all, because they kicked their way out of that little egg, that little shell. That wasn't easy. They'll move around and then they'll put their head down and then they'll start moving around again. But you'll see their little body, them breathing. You see that? Breathing. And then they'll start moving around more and more, making more and more trouble. See, she flipped herself over. She's like, what's up? What's up with you? Was you the one pecking me in my egg? And they're just trying to get their bearings. There's another one pipping right there. That one's almost out. They just pip around. They pipping around until they can get out of that egg. So let me see if I can put you back down. Growing What I Eat, how are you doing? Urban Gardening Chronicles, how are you doing? I'm hatching eggs again. I got a problem. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I got a bunch of roosters and I got to get rid of them. So my flock is going to deteriorate because I got about, what, six of them that I got to get rid of. Let me put you back down. Let me see. Turn you around. Put you right back down here. So let me go back to the chat. Here's another one pipping right here. All right, yeah. Let me see if I can turn it around so you can see what I'm talking about. So we already saw one come out. And there is one right there with that little yellow bird. Now this one is probably a cochin right here. That is probably a cochin. I'm taking my water and moving it around so that you can see what I'm talking about. That one is pipping right there. See that? Almost out. I'm going back to the chat. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Wow. All right. Let me see if I missed anybody. Okay. Samaj Lorraine, Jamaica, I have a question unrelated to chicken eggs. If it's okay, about tomato seedlings. I got them from the Dollar Tree. They'll work. That's all I plant. Most of it is what I plant besides the blueberry tomatoes. They grow. They grow, but if you have a question, I started them outside and kept them covered and they germinated. I have 4 little seedlings sprouted with 2 leaves on each. I water them every day. I'm in Florida. Because you're in Florida, you can germinate your stuff outside, but everybody else, I don't know. The cold soil method is hit and miss. The only time I do the cold soil method, I'm gonna come back to your question. The only time I do the cold soil method is if I have artichokes, spinach, and lavender. Those 3 have to be refrigerated from what I know. But the rest of that stuff, you can put it outside. I believe that if you germinate your seeds inside, you get more bang for your buck because you don't have the bugs eating your seed or your seedlings. However, if you have your seedlings on a table and covered up, you shouldn't have a problem. I just always start mine inside, and then I have to harden them off, which is a whole new, whole nother, set of problems. There it is. It's coming. And this little yellow one is sleeping on it, but it'll be all right. That one right there. Let's see. I started, okay, so Samaj, I started them outside, but keep them covered and they germinated. I have 4 little seedlings sprouted and 2 leaves on each. I water them every day. So the 2 leaves, just like these, are babies. Those 2 leaves are the leaves that they cut that first come out. You have to wait till you get your second set of leaves, which are going to look completely different when they grow out. Just like these chicks are going to look different. They're going to drop all of these feathers and they're going to get a new set of plumage, especially these yellow ones. They turn white. So the leaves that come out initially on the tomatoes, the tomatoes, the peppers, a lot of the nightshades look alike until they get their second set of leaves. So you should see another set of leaves within 5 to 7 days, and then it'll start to look like a tomato. Now, Samaj, now it looks like they are dying. Did I uncover them? Oh no. So yes, there's a humidity level when you cover your seedlings that you have, and if you uncover them, and you have to kind of harden them off if you have them covered. You have to uncover them slowly because the humidity level, just like there's a humidity level in here for these chicks, see that condensation around there? That's because I have this water here, right? You don't want to reduce the humidity level quickly. You have to slowly introduce it. So tomatoes, they take what, 7 to 10 days? They don't take as long as peppers. Just start another set. Hopefully you didn't plant all of your seeds. Just start another set. And if I were you, I would start them inside. Put them in a dark spot and they'll start popping up. Just water them every day like it's a regular seed. And then wait for their secondary set of leaves to come out, and then slowly put them outside. And by slowly, I mean you put them outside for maybe an hour. I say 20 minutes initially. Drag them back in. If they look shocked, drag them back in the house. Same thing with the ones that are drooping over. You cover them back up, and maybe they'll pop back up. Usually tomatoes are prolific. They usually can recover. I'm not sure if they don't, when they don't have, there it is, it's almost there. I'm not sure about that when they don't have their secondary set of leaves, but I've had some tomatoes that look like they were dampening off, and I brought them back in the house, or they drooped, brought them back in the house, and they came back. Okay. Let's see. G Mama grows hard in the garden. Woo! Uh-oh, I made a mistake. That's something about umbilical cord. I didn't know that. Yeah, it gets stuck in the it's the egg sac, or there it is. It's the egg sac or the yolk that was feeding that's what was feeding the chick the entire time. That gets stuck, whatever's left gets stuck in the egg. Sometimes you'll see it on their bottom and they'll drag it around for a little while and eventually it'll fall off. Let's see. G Mama grows hard in the garden. Oh, I got that one. Growing what I eat. Hello, how are you doing? Urban Gardening Chronicles. Hello, how are you doing? Miss Sharon, how are you doing? Let's see. Urban Gardening Chronicles, laugh out loud. I thought you were not getting more chickens. I wanted some cochins, but I got some imposters. See these white birds? They apparently have the same color eggs as the cochins. Because the cochins, they're pretty, and I wanted more. So, anyway, that is probably a cochin getting ready to come out right now. That one right there. The white birds ruining my filming activity. But it's all right. I love them too. Let's see. Growing What I Eat is saying hello. G Mama is saying hello. Urban Gardening Chronicles is saying hello. Growing What I Eat is saying hello. Let's see. D Chase, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the hatching of the chicks. So I'm getting ready to turn you around. I have an afro, guys, so don't talk about me if you see my hair. I just took my took my stuff off, my bonnet off, or my scarf. I didn't have a bonnet on last night. And I need to let my hair dry. My hair was wet. So there it is right there. Yeah, move away, guys. I need y'all to skedaddle. So finally got to catch a live. You hard at work. Well, this is not work. All I'm doing is standing here. They doing all the work. This, I just put the eggs in. Oh, this little white one won't let me be great. Shoot. You're messing it up. You're messing it up, bird. This one is about to come out. Get out of here. Get out of here. Move. Oh, this is is that the same one when this was in the last frame? No, I think it was a brown one last time. Let's see. How long do they have to stay in? G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden. They have to. I leave them in the incubator about 24 hours. Some people leave them in there longer. There we are. Let me turn this thing around. This thing is rolling around because its family is messing it up. I'm gonna turn you around again. Oh, wrong way. Okay, here we go again. It's the circle of life. Come on now. That one right there. Come on, Eggy, Eggy, Eggy. And that one is stuck. I'm going to have to open this thing up. They done pushed it up under the thing. This one is like, I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my life. What is all this activity outside? I wish they would push this one from underneath there because that chick is probably trying to get out. But I'll just wait. Let's go. Uh-oh, there we go. It's like a pulse until it kicks his way out. Oh, Lord. You know, some people just try to hoard or hog the camera time. Hogging the camera time. There we go. Come on now. Almost there. Little white birds. Hello, LP. How are you doing? Oh, they all on it now. Just walking over. I told you these things. Move out of here, you raptors. Raptors mean, you know. And they all huddled around it. This poor little thing. Poor little thing. I need y'all to move. Move. Skedaddle. Skedaddle. See? And they peck it. That's just not right. That's how I feel when I wake up abruptly in the middle of the night. Like somebody's beating you up. They're eating it. Get away from it. Terrible little things. Move. They're pulling its feathers out. That poor little thing. There it is. There's the legs. Move. Why? Why? There it is. Kicking his way out. Come on. Come on. It's almost there. It is there. What am I talking about? It's out. No thanks to its brothers and sisters. No thanks to its brothers and sisters. Look at that. The little yellow one is out of control. Come on now. It's like, whatever. You're going to have to fight for your right. Get out of here. Poor thing. Poor thing. Come on now. You can't mess with nature though. You gotta let it do what it do. It's out of the shell though, so. And after a while, I need to get 2 shells out of here. See? They walking on and everything. Finally, this little thing's like, what is wrong with you guys? I was trying to wake up and look at you. Look at you. I see your face. It's getting a good look at them. Good morning, Georgia Peachnut. We're hatching, well, I'm hatching some chicks, and I decided to bring y'all along for the journey this time. So now I have 5 out of 12. 5 out of 12. Put you back down here. So I don't know if y'all want to stick around for the rest of them. I don't see any more pipping. I don't see any more pipping. And I guess I could stay on for another 10 minutes. But the shells are around here. What I'm going to do, what I do is as soon as this one, you know, because it's tired. Look at that. See that one little one? As soon as this one dries off a little bit, yeah, she came completely away from her shell now. As soon as that little one dries off a little bit, well, these two, there's 2 of them that just hatched on camera. These 2, the yellow one and the Cochin. Then I'm going to get the shell out so that they can have more room. There's no sense in me leaving these empty shells in here. And I told you, because there's yolk in there and, you know, all kind of stuff. And then I have the water here. This thing is after 24 hours, it starts smelling really bad in there. But if you take them out too quickly, you're going to have some chicks pass away on you. So just leave them in there and let them, you know, clean it out as much as you can, as quickly as you can, because you don't want to drop the humidity level or the temperature quickly. So get the shells out as quickly as you can so that they'll have more room to run around and disturb their hatch mates. But you know, that's pretty much it. There are the 2 that we just hatched on camera. It was more than that, but I didn't decide to start filming until I was like, hey, they're hatching, so I might as well let everybody see how easy it is to hatch your own chickens. Easy. Some people think it's hard, and you know, it's not, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. This is, as I said, this thing is running about $36 on Amazon. I just bought another one because now I want another one so that once they hatch, I can have the other incubator ready and I can transfer the ones that have hatched into the other incubator without disturbing the ones that have not hatched. Because you see they're running around. Sometimes they will deter an egg, like that one that's under the heater. They pushed it under there. And sometimes that'll prevent that egg from hatching, which I don't want. So there's that. There's that. And you see they run around and then they stop. And then they run around and then they stop. And, you know, and it looks like they all go to sleep. They all start running around at the same time. And then they all fall back asleep. Just like a baby. You know, you hear the baby crying. Oh, I'm so dirty today. I'm sorry, guys. You'll hear the baby crying, and then the baby will just stop and go back to sleep. Same thing with the chicks. Same exact thing. This one right here, this was the first one to hatch. Was it? Let me see. Yeah, that was the first one to hatch. That yellow one. And when it hatched, I was like, oh no, that's not the color I wanted. So I had three Cochins. I hope they're Cochins. I hope they're Cochins because I see yellow on these birds. I might have picked up the wrong eggs. So I have, how many that hatched? 4? 5. 5. I have 5 birds that have hatched out of the 12. And I checked all of these eggs. All of them were fertilized. All of them. So I should get way more. Did I see one moving, or did that bird just move it? It's like they hear me talking and all of them are facing me. Hello, guys. Hello. I'm not your mama. Not your mama. Let's see. Is there anything else going on in the chat? Let me see. Lisa's Journey, how are you doing? Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Welcome to the channel. I am Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and I'm an urban homesteader. I grow my own stuff, and I try to grow as much as I can, and I I have bought birds. Don't get me wrong, but I try to hatch my own now. I try not to buy them anymore. They seem like they're getting more and more expensive. Every now and then they'll mark them down to 50% off, but if I'm going to go into a store and it's going to be a straight run is when they did not take the males out. What I'm hatching right now is considered a straight run. Pullets is when they separated it out and there's only supposed to be females in there. Sometimes you'll get a male though, because I had a male in there in my thing. What was his name? Aunt Esther, who turned into Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester is gone. And that was supposed to be a female. That was a male. That was a male. And the only reason why I was kind of happy that I had him is because he was a Cochin and I wanted more Cochins. So I bought 3 Cochins and I thought they were all females and one turned out to be a male. Let's see. LP, that's how I feel when I wake up abruptly in the middle of the night. Urban Gardening Chronicles, pecking at the newborn. Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. The poor thing couldn't even get out the shell. There we go, Miss Sharon. Georgia Peach Nut. Yes, how exciting. Urban Gardening. Okay, I hope I say this right. Shakina's fam. I hope that's right. Hello, how are you doing? Let's see. Do you only have your birds for eggs? Yes. Unless they get on my last nerve and then they become a meat bird. Or I sell them to somebody else. Normally I just sell them to somebody else. But I thought about it. I mean, I'm selling these birds to these people, or I've given people roosters because roosters would just drive me. I give these or I sell these birds to these people for super cheap, and I know that they're culling them. Now, I have culled one bird, and I didn't like doing it. But yes, my birds are for eggs primarily. 90%. That's what I buy them for. Well, more than 90%. 99% of the time, that's what I want them for. Unless they're roosters. Roosters don't lay eggs. Roosters, you only have them for 2 to 3 things: to protect the flock and to increase your flock. That's it. The roosters will set off an alarm if there's a bird of prey out there, or a cat or a dog or some kind of danger. And the roosters will fight, to protect the hens. They'll fight for them. However, roosters are noisy, and some of them are seriously mean. There are hens that are mean, but roosters some of them get really mean. Now, Mr. Bardrock, he is not a mean rooster, which is why I like him. But those other ones, they are picking on my hens, and they're super aggressive with the hens, and I don't like it. So they have to go. To include those little silkies. The only reason why they're not aggressive with the other chickens is because they're so little, and the chickens beat them up. So chickens be like, what? Like that little guy and when you're in grade school trying to bully you, and he's way smaller than you. Yeah. So we are coming up on about an hour. Does anybody have any questions in reference to incubating eggs? Let me turn them around so you can see how many there are out there, or see how many we have hatched already, because they're hiding from you guys. Urban Gardening Chronicles. My hands are mean sometimes. Biscuit tried to peck my hand meat. I gave her a box. You ain't the only one. Sometimes those hands can be quite mean. They'll fly up in your face. They'll peck I go in there and they try to peck my arms, my shoes, and my ankles. They'll come up to you and you think that they're being nice and they're being friendly. No, they're coming to hurt you. I have one rooster that bit my finger the other day. It's on a video. So we are just hitting an hour. I'm gonna thank you guys and I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna turn around and let you see how many we have in here, and then I'm going to log off so I can clean this thing out and let you all go on with the rest of your day. Just a moment. I'm gonna turn around so you can see how many chicks we have. All 5 of them. I think it's 5. Okay, so there's one. They come out of the egg fighting. Out of the eggshell fighting. Move this water out the way. Oh, they all gathered together. That's 1. That's 2. They're laying on 1. Get off of him. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right back there. You all take care. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you all have a blessed day. See you guys. I'll take a picture once I get all of them hatched. All right. And I'll let you know what the hatch rate was. This incubator holds 12 eggs. Right now I have 5 and all 12 were fertilized. So we'll see. Bye, y'all.